If you want to build true financial freedom, you have to understand one thing: depending on a single source of income is financial quicksand. It may feel safe for a while, but it's not stability, it's fragility disguised as comfort. Real security doesn't come from holding one job, one client, or one source of cash flow. It comes from knowing that no single decision by someone else can shake the foundation of your financial life. And that's only possible when you learn how to turn your skills into streams. The modern economy rewards adaptability. Jobs come and go, markets shift, but skills compound. Every skill you master can become a bridge to a new source of income. You don't need a huge following, startup capital, or permission. What you need is clarity on what you can do, who it helps, and how to turn it into something valuable. That's the essence of financial independence in the 21st century. Most people never make this shift because they've been conditioned to think like employees. They believe their skills only have value when someone else is paying for them. But that's not how wealth is built. Wealth begins when you realize your skills are assets, and that those assets can be multiplied. Think about what you do every day. Maybe you write, design, manage, sell, analyze, repair, organize, or teach. Each one of those skills solves a problem for someone else. And where there's a problem, there's always a market. The key is to stop thinking about your skill as a job requirement and start seeing it as a business foundation. You are already sitting on something that could generate income, you just need to repackage it. Let's take a simple example. A teacher doesn't have to stay confined to the classroom. That skill can evolve into tutoring, online courses, educational content, consulting for schools, or creating digital resources. A designer doesn't just create logos, they can sell templates, run workshops, or build digital products. A writer can move from freelance work to self-published books, newsletters, or brand consulting. What begins as a service can become a product, a course, a system, something that scales. This is how modern wealth works. You start by trading your time for money, but you reinvest the profits into systems that earn when you're not working. It is not about quitting your job immediately, it is about building layers of income around it. Your main job provides stability, your side projects build independence. Your investments create longevity, step by step. Your personal economy grows stronger than any paycheck. The digital age has removed every traditional barrier to entry. You don't need gatekeepers. You can freelance on platforms like Upwork, sell digital goods on Etsy or Gumroad, teach through YouTube or Substack, or consult directly using social media. The only real limitation now is effort. You can test ideas, validate demand, and build an audience faster than at any point in history. The challenge isn't opportunity, it's focus. That's why building multiple income streams isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing one thing well, then reinvesting its results to create the next stream. Think of it like planting seeds. One project funds another. Your freelance work funds your first digital product. Your digital product sales fund your first investments. Those investments produce returns that can support even bigger projects. Over time, your money begins to work harder than you do. This is how the financially free think. They see every income stream not as a hustle, but as a system. They reinvest their profits, knowledge, and time with intention. They understand that money earned once can be spent once, but money earned through a system can pay you over and over. When you build around your skills, you're creating engines that generate value even when you're not directly involved. But here's the truth, not every income stream should be pursued. More isn't better, better is better. You don't want 10 weak sources of income that exhaust you. You want a few strong, scalable streams that align with your natural strengths. That's the difference between being busy and being wealthy. Your goal isn't to collect hustles, it's to design a balanced ecosystem where each part reinforces the next. The real turning point comes when you stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a business. As an employee, you sell your time. As a business, you sell value. You start to see your knowledge as intellectual property, your content as marketing, your audience as distribution, and your habits as systems. You shift from reactive to strategic. Every decision becomes intentional, every project, a piece of a bigger picture. And here's what that looks like in practice. You begin by using your skill to generate active income: teaching, writing, designing, trading, consulting, whatever your craft may be. As that income grows, you allocate part of it to assets, investments that produce returns without your daily involvement. You might invest in dividend stocks, index funds, real estate, or even digital assets that continue to sell. Then, you reinvest a portion of those profits back into your self-learning, upgrading, and scaling. That cycle is what separates financial stagnation from compounding wealth. The process isn't glamorous, and it's rarely fast. It's a slow, deliberate build, but over time, it changes everything. 1 year, your skill covers your bills. The next, it pays for your savings. Eventually, it funds your freedom. The people who seem effortlessly wealthy are often those who spent years turning one skill into a system that now pays them from multiple directions. The snowball effect is real, and it starts small. It's also deeply psychological. Turning skills into streams means shifting from a scarcity mindset to one of creation. Instead of thinking, "I need more money," you start thinking, "How can I create more value?" You stop waiting for permission and start producing your own opportunities. You realize that financial freedom isn't about earning enough to never work again. It's about working on your terms, doing what compounds, and owning what you create. And that's the real freedom, not escaping work, but redesigning it. The freedom to decide how your time is spent, how your energy is used, and how your value grows. When your skills pay you from multiple directions, you no longer depend on a single gatekeeper or paycheck. You become resilient. You become adaptable. You become financially untouchable. The first step isn't complicated. It's looking at what you already know and asking, "How can I use this to help more people?" Because help, when delivered efficiently, becomes value. Value becomes income. And repeated income becomes freedom. Every new stream starts with that single shift in mindset. In the end, financial independence isn't about luck or timing, it's about skill, structure, and strategy. You already have the foundation. It's in the work you do and the knowledge you carry. What you need is the courage to build on it. Because every skill, when multiplied with consistency and creativity, becomes a stream that feeds your future. So start today. Package what you know. Share what you've learned. Build systems that earn. And keep reinvesting the results. This is how wealth grows quietly, consistently, and strategically, because freedom isn't something you buy, it's something you build, one skill at a time. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a licensed professional before making investment or business decisions.